What's going on, YouTube? If you're new here, my name's Thunderstick, and welcome to the Homestead. Ladies! Nearly 9 weeks since I got to hang out with y'all, so I figured I would do an update and let y'all see the chickens. Here's some of the younger pullets. Everybody's doing good. As you can tell, this pen is not as full as it once was. It's been a rough week here on the homestead. I lost one to a snake. One of them went full acrobatic mode and jumped up and broke its neck on the top of the pen here. One was injured by a raccoon, and one was killed by a raccoon. And we already know what happened to the raccoon. It's not chickens, I eat you. That's how it works around here. We don't have pet chickens. These chickens is here to lay eggs so that I can eat. And then when they get done with that, I eat the chickens and they go to freezer camp. If one of those two ain't happening, and the predator stops that from happening, well, I gotta eat something. So unfortunately, we've just been going through it here on the homestead. I also found several other problems last week, but we'll save those for a later date. I gotta have something to show y'all. You know, Justin Rhodes is right. We never run out of content on the homestead because there's always problems on the homestead. The only question now is, what steps did I take to ensure that those particular instances don't happen again? As for the raccoon, we've installed smaller wire on the front of the gate here, the door if you will, because the two that the raccoon got at were, for whatever reason, in all their infinite wisdom, were perched in there in the water trough. There's only so much I can do. If you're gonna go full retard and sit right next to the fence, I can't help you. I need my animals to have a little bit of brain cells. I ain't asking them to do algebra, but I'm gonna need you to have a little bit of brain cells. The snake have crawled right here where I got that wire mesh. It had crawled, I'll show you here in a second. But when they put that wire mesh from all the way down there, all the way up top here, that snake got caught in right there and was eating one of these large pullets. But yeah, last week was pretty rough. I mean, it seemed like every day I got up, you know, something bad had happened, or somebody died, or somebody got injured, you know, and it was really trying my patience. And 1 or 2 days there, I wondered, should I give up this farming thing? But yeah, when you got the verse, I am a good shepherd on your website, but yeah, you're coming out of your lawn and somebody's, you know, no longer there. Man, it really does make you question some things, I'll tell you that much. You know, there's only so much you can take, you know. Whatever day seems like somebody's dying off. But you know, I just came to a conclusion. Not only when you got livestock, you got dead stock. Not only that, you know, I figured, do I really want to quit? You know, I filled all this up, done all these things by the grace of God, had my parents to help me with all these things. Do I want to give up? Do I want to quit? You know? And I couldn't ever constantly quit. You know, sometimes you just got to keep plowing on, you know. And that's the thing I kind of wanted to across here. Is not the pity party, but when you decide to pick up the homestead, you know, when you decide you're going to live this lifestyle or as close as you can to it, and then obviously we only on a little less than an acre here in the suburbs, but when you try to do as close as you can to it, you're going to have hard times. You know, you're going to go through maybe a week or a month of just disaster after disaster. I didn't even list everything that's wrong on his homestead right now. And they ain't even minor things. There's some major problems. You know, there's always something going on. And you need to be ready for that. You need to be able to, you know, duck and dive and somehow take a breather and recuperate and keep moving, you know. The Bible says love endures. And if you truly love something in the way that I like farming, the way I like natural animals, then you're just going to endure the hard times. You're just going to endure the messed up things, the jacked up things. You're just going to keep pushing. You know, there's always ways to adapt and overcome. The question is, are you willing to do it? Sometimes it takes a little bit more work, but you know, there's always somewhere you can go. There's always some maneuver you can make to put a band-aid on something to get you to a better place. That's just something I had on my mind, something I wanted to say, and but yeah, we'll get right back down there to the chickens. The other question that remains is, what are we doing for the chick that is injured? Well, we got her in here, in the trough. We got shavings, we got water. I got 2 of them in here to keep company. And as soon as we can heal up the wound, we're going to get her back out there with the other pullets. Problem is with that open wound, I'm afraid to put her in the large chicken pen with everybody else. Chickens are a whole lot crueler than you would think. So she got to heal up. She got to heal up pretty fast. However, as you can see right there, she's doing pretty good. She's standing up. You know, yeah, the wings drooping a little bit, but she is still trying to move it. I don't know how much it'll recuperate. Probably not much, but as long as it heals up and it's not open, that's really all I need. And then obviously, you know, I need her to be able to get around and get along with all the other pullets, but looks like she's doing alright. She's cleaning out herself and hopefully she's getting back to normal. When these things happen, you just gotta take it in stride. And you gotta remember why you started Homestead in the first place. You might have to go somewhere to remind yourself why you started this in the first place. Maybe you just want to watch a few videos to remind you why you started Homestead. But that brings me to my next topic. You know, the next video, we'll be off the homestead, and we'll be on somebody else's homestead, learning and getting some new inspiration, if you will, from my homestead, from my enterprise here. Well, y'all, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.